Shohei Ohtani started the 2026 season looking completely untouchable on the mound. By mid-May, he was putting up pitching numbers that seemed to defy the physical limits of the sport. A standard ace carries an ERA around 2.50. Ohtani sat at a microscopic 0.82, racking up 50 strikeouts over 44 innings. But there was a cost. By May, his plate production collapsed, with his OPS dropping all the way to .532. This slump coincided with a brutal stretch for the rest of the team. By the second week of the month, the Dodgers suffered a 4-game losing streak, dropping early series to the Braves and the Giants. They returned home needing to stop the bleeding against their oldest rivals, the San Francisco Giants. It brought up a fascinating physiological question. Can any athlete actually sustain this level of historical pitching perfection without their offensive mechanics degrading from the toll it takes on their body? Even baseball's ultimate two-way unicorn has an upper limit. And that meant the Dodgers management had to look at the numbers and force a mathematical sacrifice. That brings us to May 13th. The Giants had already taken the first 2 games of the series in Los Angeles, and the Dodgers were desperate for a flawless 9 innings to turn things around. Ohtani took the mound and delivered exactly that. He threw 105 pitches over 7 shutout innings, scattering 4 hits, walking 2, and striking out 8 Giants batters. The performance anchored a much-needed 4-0 victory, finally snapping the team's season-high 4-game skid. But there was a glaring omission from the box score that night. Ohtani did not take a single swing. For the 4th time in the season, he pitched without serving as the designated hitter. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts made the intentional choice to bench his star hitter. Roberts realized that when a batter of Ohtani's caliber starts struggling consistently, it points to a deeper issue. Whether it manifests as a mechanical breakdown or mental exhaustion, a prolonged slump at the plate serves as a leading indicator of fatigue that could eventually compromise his highly valuable pitching arm. The resting strategy didn't end after the final pitch. Roberts kept Ohtani out of the batting order for the series finale on May 14th as well, giving him a full 48 hours of uninterrupted physical recovery. This highlighted a major risk in Los Angeles' roster construction. When an entire offense relies heavily on one two-way player to set the tone, his individual slump can drag down the entire lineup. With their star confined to the dugout, the remaining hitters had to figure out how to manufacture runs as an ensemble. They found an immediate spark in an unlikely place. Catcher Will Smith was moved into the leadoff spot for the first time in his career, and he promptly hammered the very first pitch he saw over the outfield wall. Backed by 3 more runs in the 6th, starting pitcher Emmett Sheehan locked down the Giants, allowing just 2 runs on 2 hits over 6 strong innings to seal a 5-2 win. By removing Ohtani from the equation for 2 days, the Dodgers accomplished 2 vital tasks. They protected a 0.82 ERA, and they forced the rest of the roster to organically fight their way out of a collective slump. Biological load management is a zero-sum game. Because the body has a finite energy supply, maintaining one elite function requires diverting resources from another. This scatterplot of his 2026 rest days tracks this exact trade-off. Notice the tight correlation between 0 at-bats and peak pitching performances. During periods of intense physical wear, treating a two-way player as a traditional ace becomes the most efficient path. By the middle of May, the Dodgers were using strategic days off as a tool to insulate their most valuable statistical asset. Shohei Ohtani operates in a realm of baseball history that no one else occupies. But this stretch of games proved that if they want him to keep producing impossible numbers on the mound, occasionally the smartest thing he can do with a bat is just put it down. If you enjoyed this dive into the numbers, hit the share button and send this breakdown to a fellow baseball fan.